Hello and welcome to this week's task. As you know, we're approaching your learning in this module not by just working our way through textbooks and lectures, but by learning actively by looking at real research papers. One of the advantages of doing that is that you get to see science as it's actually being done right now, and the way to approach it is to look at the paper, identify things that you need to learn to be able to understand the paper, and then by learning those things you will have met the objectives of the course. So typically this is the sort of paper you'll be looking at, and this week we're looking at this issue of a not quite mysterious but fairly recently discovered level of organization in the genome, which is these things called TREC, two-pore domain channels, being controlled by microRNAs. So work your way through this paper. They're making a particular claim about the role of microRNAs in controlling potassium channel expression, and this has implications for the resting potential. So the resting potential is what we're focusing on this week. So work your way through this paper. You will find some of these little blue rectangles where it says potassium channels and resting potential. Where you see that means that there's a video that goes with it to explain what that concept is. So if you click on the PDF where it says potassium channels, that will give you an introduction to potassium channels. So the idea is that if you click on all those links, by watching those videos you would have pretty much got the content, that the basic introductory content for your learning objectives this week. But then you'll notice there's a few other tasks set for this week. Work your way through those because they'll prepare you for the face-to-face session in which we'll discuss this paper and its implications for our understanding of resting potential. You'll also notice as you work your way through the paper there are a couple of places where you'll see some comments, such as next to materials and methods there. If you click on that comment, it just gives you a bit of guidance on how to read the paper. So that comment there, when you expand it, you'll find that it actually says, don't worry about this section. It just contains details that you don't really need to know. So just click on those links, those comments, and it will give you some background information. So just to remind you then, our task this week, so our challenge this week, if you like, is to evaluate the importance of this paper for our understanding of the resting potential in neurons and the implications that that might have for completely new kinds of treatment for various diseases. And we'll work on bringing that all together in our face-to-face session. So, do enjoy.